Hey guys, Zach here going over Friday's workout for July 10th. Part A, we have pulsing thrusters. Part B, we have some pacing work. This is a retest from June 1st to make sure your athletes are aware of that, just so they can see what their time was for this workout on June 1st. Time frame, 12 minutes for Part A. Between Part A and Part B, I allotted 12 minutes for cleaning. Also time to go over the devil's presses before Part B, and also give your athletes time to warm those up before we start Part B. On Part B, based on June 1st times, I allotted 12 minutes for this workout as well. So 36 minutes of planned time. This leaves us with 24 minutes at the very beginning of class to do a short whiteboard discussion and also do some warm-up stuff. So I say short whiteboard discussion mainly because the two main movements here, the pulsing thrusters and also the devil's presses, are movements we'll probably illustrate before the workouts themselves. So I wouldn't spend too much time at the whiteboard discussing these. Since we do have a lot of time, and since this week has been pretty tough for a lot of our athletes, this is a good opportunity to do some soft tissue work. So we could do some foam rolling, we could do some smashing, we could even do some banded distraction flossing stuff to get our hips and our ankles mobilized before we do these pulsing thrusters on Part A. So moving on to Part A, these pulsing thrusters. These are a 1 in 1/4 squat with a thruster. And so one of the notes I have here, guys, is to make sure our athletes are conscious of maintaining that neutral spine and pelvis. Whenever we're changing directions mid-squat, it's really easy for us to bottom out at the very bottom, creating that flexion in that lumbar spine and putting that lumbar spine in a compromised position. So we want to try to avoid that by maintaining midline stability, and also if when they go back down to the bottom of the squat, if they're going too deep, creating that excessive butt weak, we want to make sure we kind of stop them before they do that, just so we can avoid that situation as well. So moving on to Part B, the only two notes I have here, guys, on this retest is make sure you watch Bryce's double cock video on these devil's presses. Also, since this is a retest, a lot of our athletes will probably shoot to improve their score from June 1st. But in case we have a few athletes that maybe they went too light or they went too heavy, this is a good time to modify this workout to either they can kind of push themselves by going a little bit heavier, or if they went too heavy the first time, they kind of scale back that weight a little bit, just so we make sure we have those negative splits on this workout. So that's all I have for today, guys. Happy Friday and have a good weekend.